I'll give him one of these, and I'll give him one of those, and one of these, and I'll give him one of those, and I'll choke him like this.
All right,
I'll choke him like this, and I'll give him.
Oh yeah. I believe you. But we got to know who are you? Who are you actually? Who are you? What's your name?
One of these.
Okay, I understand. Yeah, right. Hey, Sinister, come on in here.
Well, Big Daddy.
Hey, I think we need a little interpretation. Who or what is it?
All right. I'll give you interpretation, because that's what they do. He gives them one of these, and he gives them one of those. And you know who he gives it to? He gives it to Bruiser. Give him one, Daddy. Give him one. That's right. That's look.
I saw Wallace Shawn die. Wallace Shawn is dead.
It's 2 minutes for roping. I like that.
You're a jabroni.
Oh, we're still on that layout.
You give him one of these, and give him one of those. Raw!
Tell him, Daddy.
Just a grumbling man.
I'm so
Grumbling
glad
man.
Sinister came in to clarify things.
What was going on? Yeah, I don't know where we would have been, y'all. I don't know where we would have been.
Oh, cocaine's a powerful drug.
That's what I've heard.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Hell of a drug. Hell of a drug. Hello, everyone. It is Wednesday night. We are here with our favorite jabroni. Geoff is here.
That's me.
Jeff.
Not the jabroni part.
Yeah. Well, we may have a juice.
Yeah, he's kind of based on what time he gets out of work.
Yeah, but we're here to party. You at least get the Deacons and a Geoff, the 5th member of the show. We've run out of time for AJ. We'll see if we have time for AJ next week during the draft. I don't know. But anyways, Geoff,
We should put out like some missing coat. We should put AJ on like a milk carton or something. Because
have you seen? If anyone's got intel,
have you seen this man?
Have you seen our co-host? Where is he? Nobody knows. Anyways, it's a good night. We were just getting a little ranty. Geoff, we're whatever. We're just gonna pull off the Band-Aid. Have you been watching the Ted Lasso? Are you all caught up?
I just finished it about 20 minutes ago.
Excellent.
25 minutes ago.
Hells yeah. And what are you
Good show.
thinking of this new season thus far? How are you enjoying it? Are you feeling the vibes?
I am liking it quite a bit. I keep forgetting when it comes on because I'm not someone who's thought that it's like the greatest show of all time or anything. I really like it while I'm watching it. And then it's gone. And then the next episode comes and I'm watching it. I'm like, I'm really enjoying it while I'm watching it. And then it's, gone from my head again. But as I'm watching it, I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah, you're vibing.
That's exactly it.
I got a baby rant about it, though, and it has nothing to do with the show itself. It has to do with Apple TV in that they advertise it as coming out every Wednesday. However, it actually comes
Tuesday
out
at 9 p.m.
Tuesday at 9 p.m., which is the same time that Hard Knocks drops, which is advertised as Tuesday at 9 p.m. And that's like
it's streaming time release stuff is pretty annoying because it's like, I remember. I think the first time that I really experienced it where it was like, because like it's Wednesdays are Reacher as well, but it's 9 p.m. on Tuesdays actually.
Yeah.
The first time I ever really experienced it was, and it's funny, it's another Amazon thing, was back in 2020. I want to say it was November or October when it came out. I was like, ooh, I'm interested in how this COVID era Borat is gonna be, and then it dropped, and then I'm just on my TV scrolling around, and suddenly it's just past 9 o'clock at night on a Thursday. I'm locked down in my apartment, and we're not going anywhere, and suddenly it's like, wait a minute, it's up early. So I just watched it immediately at that exact moment, and ever since then I've noticed, streaming stuff, a lot a lot of stuff went from, oh, it's 3 a.m. because that's midnight on the West Coast. And then it turned into, oh, don't worry, it's actually going to be midnight on the East Coast. So that way it's earlier. And now it's just, they're saying shit the same way that it's like, by the way, midnight screenings for Friday start at noon the day before.
Noon now,
and also we incorporate whatever early screenings, AMC early access, mystery movies from whatever, that sort of stuff, just added into opening day. So yeah, it's odd.
It's very odd.
Yeah,
it's hard to keep up.
I'm not taking anything away whatsoever from Spider-Man Brand New Day because it's doing incredible things at the box office. But that has to be factored in against that opening day. Endgame didn't start showing till 7 p.m., whereas Brand New Day had played twice on every screen before Endgame.
I remember, what was it? Back when The Force Awakens came out, and it was the biggest opening weekend of all time, the biggest opening day of all time, and it was the first day to ever have like over $100 million in the first day, blah blah blah. And then Last Jedi came out, and it didn't make quite as much in the opening weekend. It still made a massive amount, one of the single highest grossing opening weekends of all time to that point. And they were like, yeah, it's a little less on the first day. But what we can say is that officially from when it first started, that Thursday evening before, because it wasn't quite as early in the day, it might have been like, 3 p.m. maybe starting at 2017. They were like, but it did officially make $100 million within the first 24 hours. Like they made that caveat there because, opening day is apparently 72 hours.
72 hours now. Yeah, it's a little. It's a little bit different.
Crazy.
Back in my day, when it used to be, you know what I realized last night? This is not at all related, but is related to Ted Lasso. Sorry, I'm like backtracking here.
Scatterbrain. Charlie in the night room.
Okay, so because you're talking about the fact that Hard Knocks and Ted Lasso, in our house we watch Hard Knocks at 9 p.m. and then immediately go into Ted Lasso, and then it's 9 time. Like that's our Tuesdays now. Okay, until
that's our routine.
Until obviously Hard Knocks will only have a couple episodes left.
2 more left, I think.
Obviously preseason's almost over. But anyways, hallelujah. This is a thought. I don't know why this has only ever crossed my mind last night, but again, I guess because it was watching the two back to back. So we have Hard Knocks, right? And they're in the preseason, and they're warming up for their preseason game against the Tennessee Titans, and they're having to fly across the country. You're going to be in a different time zone. You have a whole different kind of climate. You're talking about it's going to be humid there. Like obviously they've been practicing outside in Seattle where the weather is lovely, and they're like, you're going to, make sure you get your electrolytes. Like it's going to be humid, whatever. And then immediately going to Ted Lasso where they're like, we got our FA Cup draw and we're going to be playing against Chelsea. I was like, yes, all the way across the road, also in London. And it never really dawned on me until watching these two things back to back, like how much easier Premier League athletes have for travel. I'm like, the size of England is nothing. Like half of the teams are in the same city. Like there's 3 teams in London. There's 2 teams in Manchester. There's 2 teams in Liverpool. Like you're going to the same 4 cities.
True.
And no matter where you go, it's going to be
there are 2
hours
teams
away.
in East Rutherford. There are 2 teams
in East Rutherford. So true. But I was like, man, North American athletes, it's like, you're going to be in this. And again, listen, they're living the cush life. Okay. Like they're making millions, the charter plane, they've got a snack waiting for them. I'm not saying life is hard for them, but we all think of the West Coast team is playing on the East Coast, or we always talk about that. Like when we're doing our Survivor League, hey, or when you go to England, the England games, the triathlon, whatever. Meanwhile, in the Premier League, they're just like,
it's the same time.
Had to drive all the way to Liverpool for this match. I'm like, do these people ever even have to stay in a hotel? You're not going, get back on the team bus. You're fine. You'll be back in your home. It's fine. And I was like, that's wild to me. It's to think about. Obviously in relation to North American sports. But yeah, these are the things, these are the thoughts that I have on watching Hard Knocks and then Ted Lasso. And I'm like, yes, Chelsea, all the way from also London.
So Mike, what would it look like if there was a Giants-Jets game?
So that's a fair question. It's going to depend on which one of them is designated as the home team.
Yeah.
No. I meant to say, how low would they score? I'm sorry.
It'd be bad.
I thought you were like, who's got the visitors' locker room? Yeah. And you're like, no, I want to know how pitiful the game it would be.
It would be bad. I actually said this in our group chat today about the Giants. I will not.
I skipped that part of the conversation.
I will not touch the Giants from a gambling perspective because they are like the hardest team to predict this year. I think they could be absolutely awful. They could be actually really good. I genuinely don't know. But to answer your original question, yeah, it would be a low scoring game.
Also, yes, it was a legitimate question, and then afterwards, I realized you were answering it in good faith, so I had to change.
Yeah. Well, the one thing that is interesting with that stadium is there are 3 locker rooms. So when they do every couple of years play each other, they don't get their own locker room if they're away. They play. They have to go to the visitor one, which is a little bit different. But,
got it.
Yeah.
As you should, because you don't get your cushy home locker room if you were the visitor, technically, in this scenario.
There is a scenario this year that's interesting because the Super Bowl is in Los Angeles, and both LA teams are expected to be pretty good this year. So can't be completely ruled out. Like, that would be pretty wild if both teams from the stadium made the Super Bowl. I don't know how they'd go about that.
Just let them both be in their own.
I guess.
No, I mean, I don't know. How does that? Well, how does it? Who the higher seed gets like technically home field advantage?
No, they rotate every year. It's AFC gets it one year, NFC the next.
So they just rotate AFC and NFC.
They flip a coin on both sides of their heads.
Call heads. No, it's tails never fails,
Tails never
right?
fails.
Tails never fails. That's what you
Always heads. Heads I win, tails you lose.
No, like we're flipping a coin, just like I'm winning no matter what. I don't care what you say.
So the other thing that I did really want to bring up, and it's our thumbnail tonight, Coyote versus Acme is finally going to hit the screens after the most tumultuous ride you could ever imagine for a movie getting put out in theaters.
True.
I said to Bethany before, it's still a big uphill battle because there really isn't that much advertising. Like, obviously, people who are
Ketchup doesn't have money.
Yeah. People who are in the know of the story, I think it's going to do decent on Thursday night and have decent Friday numbers, and then I think it's going to fall off a cliff, unfortunately. But
guess we'll see.
Yeah, this is definitely one of the first movies in a long while that I'm like, this is gotta tell your friends, hey, make them aware that it exists first off, and get them to watch the trailer or something, because get butts in seats for this. This needs to make money.
I think that, I mean, maybe just the way I view it, I think the fact that it's coming out in general is the win.
It's a win.
Yeah, that's true.
Everything after that is all business bullshit, and I never thought it was going to make a lot of money coming from Ketchup Entertainment. That of what the hell did Ketchup Entertainment do? Did they do the most recent Hellboy, the one that was really bad? I think they did. They also did Hypnotic with Ben Affleck, which is a very bad movie. Recently, they don't have a good track record. Ketchup Entertainment. They don't understand that this is allegedly a mustard world. They haven't been able to break through quite as hard as they want to.
But
yeah,
good one.
But I bet if this movie does pretty well, they're gonna relish the chance.
Yeah.
Hey! You brought that one. Here. You brought that one all the way home. Brought that joke all the way home, baby.
On top of that, for me personally though, I'm very excited. Like when Looney Tunes got rebrought to TV, which two of you would that's probably right around the two you were born, but like Nickelodeon picked it up and they showed it at like 7:00 every night. So I got to see all the classic Looney Tunes stuff, and Roadrunner and Coyote was my favorite skit on each. By far, it was my favorite on all of them. So this is something that's very nostalgic for me personally, and I'm excited to see it. And everything seems to be pointing to it being a really good movie. So I'm
it's just got a great concept. Like it's a really fun concept. And also I can't stop thinking about the way that John Cena says, "What did you tee? What did you taw?" From the trailer.
You're like sold on that.
The concept is actually
you taw? What did you tee? Did you taw?
It's a genius concept, though, because Wile E. Coyote definitely has a case against Acme.
Yeah.
If you go through, I'm sure there's got to be somewhere on the internet somebody has calculated what he spent on all that stuff.
Well, I mean, as it showed, I just watched a trailer earlier when Paulina had a friend over, and we were just watching all sorts of random, videos on YouTube and Dropout and stuff like that. And watching the trailer again, there's at least one device he used in the trailer that I do not believe is actually Acme's fault. They're being sued for every single item.
Mm-hmm.
In the trailer, he does use the metal, the magnetic hand, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It was working as intended until a big truck came down the road. I'm sorry. That's his own planning. That's his planning. So I know that they're being sued in the movie allegedly for every single one of their devices, but I think they need.
You think
to
that's
show,
how they're getting off?
At
Because
least
of that one?
I listen. I think maybe for that one item. That's all I'm saying.
I think that's fair. Yeah, sometimes it's got to be code.
Someone's got to stick up for the big guy.
Yeah, 100%.
I am going to show something to the class right now. My my buddy sent me this. Years back, Geoff, you'll appreciate this. I don't know how well you can see, but that is Ron Burgundy Great Odin's Raven Scotch.
Nice.
Ew, what?
We found this on the way to a friend of ours' wedding at a liquor store in upstate New York. And of course, the idiots we are bought it immediately. I say this as somebody who's had many, many different drinks in my life. That was the worst liquor I've ever tried in my entire life.
I'm looking it up right now. Caskers. See,
yeah.
Caskers. They shipping to New York. I don't care about New York. I just want to see that it does.
It wasn't that expensive. It was actually
$44 for fifth.
Yeah,
that's a fifth. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like blanking out if I couldn't see if it was a fifth or a handle. Yeah, $44 for a fifth. That sounds about right for like a mid-tier Scotch.
Yeah, I this was in 2015. So I think it was probably about like 35 then. So that tracks.
Yeah,
pricing wise. So this particular wedding was at like a retreat, which was used in the summer for Girl Scouts. It was on a lake in upstate New York, and we made everybody who came into the cabins try it. And when we left, we buried that into a drawer in one of the Girl Scout rooms, and we're like, let's see what happens, and just left it there.
So it's like some Evil Dead stuff. You're like, we're gonna leave this here.
We're gonna leave the Ron Burgundy Scotch.
Next sucker who comes along, it's about to.
Some Girl Scout's gonna go in there. Ooh, what's this?
You're probably responsible for some poor Girl Scout getting drunk for the first time and like maybe getting in lots of trouble. And she was like, I swear I just found it in this drawer. And they were like, Stacy, tell the truth. You know what I mean? Like,
if I caused that, then I brought some joy to the world. So my value has increased.
Oh, Gilly.
I think that's crazy. So you said you buried it at the bottom of a drawer in a, where was it again?
So we were in camp cabins. Like it was a lake resort up in upstate New York, and we were there in April, and the lake actually froze while we were there because it got that cold. And we did wind up having to do all of the ceremonies and stuff indoors when they were planning on doing it on the lake. It's like, we ain't doing this on the lake. It's way too cold. But so there was a hotel part, which like the family stayed in, and then everybody else just stayed in these cabins. And they had cabins for like all of us. They put us in ones and twos, and they all had like 8 bunk beds in them. So we're all in these giant cabins. And half the people wound up crashing in mine.
Yeah, was it at Crystal Lake?
No, it wasn't Crystal Lake. I don't remember, but it would have been funny if it was.
That would have been funny. Nothing like a good old camp.
Give him one of these and give him one of those. Give him one of these. Ah!
He's like, who are you?
So, there is a part 2 to that where they ask the manager if he's monster number 1 or super destroyer number 2, and Sinister says he's monster number 2, baby.
Who are these? What promotion is that from?
It
looked like it was WWA. It looked like
it's something regional from the 80s for certain.
Worldwide Wrestling Association, probably, or
something like that. It definitely, it's back from the territory days. Somebody probably found like a VHS and uncovered that and put it, threw it up on YouTube. And It just so happened to show up in my algorithm, and I was like, perfection. Like, anytime something is labeled as the greatest, you always want to take it with a grain of salt. I'm like, nope, you nailed this one.
Yep. Nice.
10 out of 10. No notes.
Thank goodness Sinistro was there. And, just clarified it. Hey, you gotta give him one of these. And interpretation, It was a different time
He
back
seemed
then.
like a cool guy.
Hey.
He's like a real swell fella. You know what I mean? Just like a real swell dude.
And
Listen, I'd go out and buy a drink with him. Not buy a drink for him. I just buy a drink adjacent to him also buying
Yeah,
a drink.
yeah. You both be in the same location buying a drink, you know?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, he's made it. Oh, wait. It's not working.
you are
I can't add people to the stage today. I'm so sorry, everyone. It's Justin the Juice.
It's Juthless.
He's Juthless. And maybe also mute.
We might be having some technical difficulties. This is par for the course for what the show.
That is true. I may have added him to the stage too quickly.
Hey, Juice.
Hey, Juice.
Juice, you ever been to a Dick's Sporting Goods store?
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
I can't hear. I don't know.
I like gladiator movies.
Are you there?
Can you hear us?
Can you hear us?
Nope, you aren't there.
Nope.
Sorry.
Hello. We're gonna sign, okay?
I got a
from
new
the
webcam,
rest
but
of the
somehow
show.
that's the only thing that does work.
I'm gonna say butterfly.
What about
This is-
you ever do blood?
Stop. No,
It's like the blood where you try to trying to
Jumping?
spell the word blood, but it's
I've seen that before, yeah.
Oh yeah, there you
I
go.
can't do. It's really hard to get like the O's in the middle.
Yeah, I don't think I can
Ocean.
do that honestly.
Just an
Oh,
ocean
look at
of
that! I'm
Eh,
almost there.
eh.
I'm almost there.
Oh,
Hear us?
can you hear us?
There we go.
Yay! I thought we were gonna have to do
I
ASL
can
the
hear
rest of the stream, and I wasn't prepared. Mine's not that good. Welcome,
man.
Juice. Welcome, Juice. You made it. We're
Yeah.
so happy you're
Forgot.
here.
Yeah, the last time I was like using my mic and stuff, I forgot I was having issues with it, so it was all unplugged. And then I got a new webcam, and so there's having trouble with that. And then it was getting the
You
mic
are looking
set
very
up.
crisp tonight.
You're-
I
you're
will
crisp,
say the new
yeah.
webcam is good.
Okay.
Yeah. Is this new?
It's-
Is
Well,
it
the
webcam?
webcam is, yeah. The
That's what-
microphone's not, but yeah, the webcam. I think I'd been.
I didn't say
yeah,
anything about
yeah,
the
yeah,
microphone.
yeah. So I don't know I don't know where I'm actually.
This is Juice. This is par for the course for Juice.
I don't
You're
know.
rocking it.
I had
Juthless.
So I'll explain that. So my day started with getting 4 cavities filled.
I just had a
Oh.
friend get a bunch of them filled
Good time.
yesterday, and she sent a snap today. She's like, all numbed up, her face, all this. I'm like, why? And she's like, there. So that's weird. No one ever tells me about them getting cavities done. Weird that it happened twice in one day.
Yeah,
Today's
yeah.
the day.
I did it about a month ago.
He did.
Something, 2 nickels, something.
Yeah.
It's weird that it happened twice.
So had a lot of
you
smoothies.
got four fillings today. What
I was
teeth
supposed to have
numbers? Do you
5.
remember?
Oh,
Oh, what happened to the
like
other 5th one?
Dude, we just ran out of time. They had,
I got
like, they're
7 done at
allotted
one time. I got
So I have
7
to go
done at
back.
once. I get it.
Oh wow.
Ran out of
That's
time.
not fun.
Mhm.
What?
No.
Basically just all this.
So you're here?
Yeah.
Like
Wait,
those
seven-
cavities
your
in the
laterals and
front?
your centrals?
Yeah.
I only got them done in the molars. I can't imagine how cavities get filled in the flat teeth
The same way.
the same
Yeah.
way.
I'm
Well,
here
and
to
then, like,
answer. The same way.
It
Well,
wasn't-
you might use some different burrs. So the front teeth tend to take longer because they're the money makers. You know, those anterior
Yeah.
teeth. You want to take a little extra time on them. Back teeth are a little bit easier. You'd kind of use usually a couple less burrs, but yeah.
Bethany, how do you know so much about teeth?
I work in dentistry.
I figured. I realized I've known you now. What is this? 5 over 5 years now.
We are approaching 7, I believe.
Now, when you first met
Well,
me,
no,
I did not work in
For
dentistry.
me, like fully interacting, it would have been.
Yeah, I would say we're probably at like 5 years now. Yeah.
But yeah, because you got married 4-3-2-1, and we didn't
Okay.
really start chatting in great detail until like shortly after that.
Before that, like you were on the like if we had another round of invites to send out, we would have gotten it to you at that point.
I would have had to know you like probably a little bit longer first.
Yeah, to go all the way to Florida, especially during that time.
Yeah, no, it's weird. Like I had a friend of mine who I hadn't talked to much in years, and then we chatted briefly before my wedding, and then she ended up being there like day of with my wife while Paulina was getting ready with family and whatnot, and like the friend was there, and like our close friendship happened starting at the wedding, as opposed to leading up to it to have her there. So whatever.
Yeah,
but
Jeff, when we first met each other, I did not work in dentistry. I've worked in dentistry now for about 3 years.
Since we moved to Savannah, she's lived in.
I'm a pediatric dental assistant.
3 years already.
People scream most of the day.
People, it sounds like you hear mostly children then scream,
children,
right?
Mostly children.
Okay. I was gonna say like it'd be weird if
bigger babies than children. I actually like working with children better than adults because I get to talk about fun things. I'm like, "What's up, Spider-Man?" They're always wearing Spider-Man and Sonic, and we talk about that. And
what's your favorite song from Little Shop of Horrors?
What's my favorite song from Little Shop of Horrors? That's a good question. Are you saying that's something I ask the children, or you just generally want to know?
No, I just wanted to know. Are you a fan of like? Are you a fan of like the song "You'll Be a Dentist"?
I mean that is a good one. Probably not my favorite song, but it is up there. I will say. Do they wear Gibbs jerseys? Not a lot of Detroit Lions stuff, but every time I mostly Falcons stuff. Unfortunately, living in the state of Georgia.
Robinson, I'm assuming.
But also it's weird. Kids will just wear jerseys, and you'll like try to make that a conversation with them. They'll be like, "Oh, are you a Messi fan?" Because they're like wearing, like a Messi jersey, and they're like, "No." And I'm like, "Was it on sale? Like, did your dad get it for you because he thought it was cool?" And I'll be like, "Who is your?" I'm like, "Oh, you rooting for Argentina in the World Cup?" And they're like, "Oh, they're dressed as Sonic." I get the joke now, William. And then they'll be like, "No, I'm rooting for Portugal." And I'm like, "Why are you wearing a Messi Argentina?" She's like, "I don't know, man. Kids are interesting, but they're also great."
I got to interject since we haven't seen him in the chat in a long time. Brandon, how are you holding up as a Mets fan this year? It's been brutal.
Could I fix your teeth? Potentially. I think if you see things that, like, listen, ever since I started working in dentistry, I've realized if I lived in a time during apprenticeships, nothing could have stopped me. It's the like having to go to dental school thing that sucks. But like you watch these procedures done enough times, I'm like, I think I fucking do this. Like, I think I could prep a tooth for a crown, guys, is what I'm saying. Would I want to try it on someone? No, probably not. But if it was back in the day of apprenticeships where you just like got to go and get your hands dirty and do it, like hell's yeah, man. Hell's yeah. You want to know what my favorite thing of all time actually is in dentistry? An avulsed tooth. And you're like, Bethany, what is that? It's when your tooth falls out and we have to put it back in your face. My favorite thing. I live for it. I'm like, let's splint that tooth back in your face. Man, those teenagers, they be getting in fights.
Yeah, that terrifies me. I don't even know.
All the time.
I told my
and you're pretty much certain, like, y'all, it's so easy to lose a tooth, actually. Like, it's terrifying. You're like, everyone needs to.
Yeah, I would cry.
I had to. You go. Sorry, I don't want to interrupt you.
Oh no, I was just gonna say I told a coworker about this yesterday that I was going to the dentist tomorrow, and he said he one time was drunk at a Milwaukee Brewers game and tried doing a cartwheel and shattered 3 teeth on the hit in the ground.
Oof.
I will say I could never, in good conscience, working in dentistry, let any of my children play hockey. A, because I can't afford it; it's a very expensive sport. But B,
I can't play.
They be losing teams. Right. He did not lose any teeth that night.
I had most of my baby teeth pulled, actually.
Oh, that's the worst.
Yeah, most of them were pulled. At one point, I had 16 shots of Novocaine.
Oh,
playing the game, Jeff.
Yeah, they were like, "Are you sure you're feeling pain and not pressure?" And I'm like, "I can't tell the difference.
Right,
it hurts."
That's true.
Like what kind of question is that? Is the pressure causing the pain because it hurts? I once had I had the front teeth were in, but the baby tooth was also there right in front of it.
No.
And I was at summer camp, and I got to the bottom of the pool, and I smacked my face at the bottom of the pool. And I came up, and they're like, "Geoff, you're bleeding." And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" They're like, you just have a bunch of blood coming out of your mouth right now. I lost a tooth at the bottom of the pool there.
Aw, look at you, little baby.
Mhm.
You want to know who is? So I think my superpower from working in pediatric dentistry for 3 years is nothing bothers me on a plane now. Is there a crying child on this plane? I don't know. I can tune
Just
it
have
out.
noise canceling headphones.
Like I don't know anything.
Doesn't even need it anymore.
Yeah, like nothing phases me. I'm like,
Well, me snoring does.
yes,
Sometimes.
that actually does faze me still. It's like weird.
So, are you
little-
able to like successfully rage bait her?
Oh, all the time.
Yeah, no, he can definitely do that.
Oh, so
can do
not
that.
nothing bothers you.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying,
Like
like,
noises,
screaming
yeah.
children noises. I'm like, I
Screaming
don't know,
children.
what's her
Screaming koalas, however,
yes,
will
will annoy the
There's no child quite like Mike.
amen. I think maybe that actually people are like, you're so patient, and I'm like, have you met my husband? I worked at it. It's a gift. He really taught me how to work with children all day, every day. Sometimes, so there are. I will say, my mom was an educator for over 30 years before she retired. She worked as an elementary school teacher. Bless her. She deserves sainthood. And when I was little, I used to not understand why we'd get in the car at the end of the day, and I just wanted to like listen to music. And my mom would be like, I need silence. And then I started working in pediatric dentistry, and I called my mom one day and I go, I get it now. I get it. And sometimes I just drive home in silence. I'm like, it all makes sense to me now.
Yeah.
I'm like, yes. I'm like, you're just a little overstimulated sometimes. You just need silence. And then
I cannot believe. Have you heard about John Cena and how he used to just do drives? He'd drive for hours and hours. Like he'll drive from one live show territory to the next for what they had to do,
I would do that.
and he just wouldn't play anything in the car.
Oh, that
He
I
just
couldn't
raw-
do now.
He'd raw dog a 6-hour car ride.
No,
Yep.
But
yeah,
also,
I can't raw dog that.
John Cena's like a husk of a human being that doesn't really like have anything specific under the skin. He's just kind of whatever he's been told to do. I mean, then again, similar to you, I mean, he kind of like spent his whole life just like spending his time around as many children that are about to die as possible. So maybe he just
what he did with Make-A-Wish, like
maybe he needs that
for-
6 hours.
still
raw
doing.
dogging it.
what he did for the and did / does for the
Yeah,
kids
I
is
was gonna say,
amazing,
still
but
does.
that has got to be so emotionally draining. Like the
I can't even think about it.
no wonder he doesn't want to be a parent.
Yeah, he's like, no, I'm good. How long do you think, like, how long of a flight / car trip do you think you could raw dog? Because I don't think I could do much past like 45 minutes.
I had to do it on a flight from I think it was Chicago to Orlando once because my seat back was broken, so I pretty much
Did you not have like music with you?
So I don't remember if I had my iPod with me or not. I mean, this is years ago. This is before we had everything on our phones.
Right. Back in my day.
But I definitely did have one flight that I had to go like that. And it's just dull. Like
Couldn't get to the end of the flight. Juice, how long of a flight do you think you could raw dog?
I think one of these international flights that I had recently, not the entire like main international flight, but I think well, part of it was me wanting to kind of go to bed, sleep.
That's not the
like,
same thing as raw
That
you
doesn't
dog.
know,
count.
yeah,
That doesn't count.
right.
If you're like actively trying to sleep, we're not
Like,
counting that.
I
Like you
love
just
sleeping on a
sitting
plane.
there.
sleeping on a plane.
Yeah.
Sitting, not listening.
Right.
in.
Like if it was
Not
like a
watching
day long flight. Yeah, right. I mean, it's like I can do it. It's just I don't want to do it. So like I'm not really
No,
gonna
I
do
need
it.
to. I
So,
couldn't just sit there and like stay awake.
How
but
long
not
could I go?
entertain
I mean, I could go as long as I needed,
Yeah.
but like I don't want
I
to.
can never raw dog a flight. Just put me on a 6-hour flight with me and 60 preloaded songs on a Zune, and I'm good to
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, I could definitely do it.
Yeah.
One of my biggest regrets on a flight ever, when we were coming back from our honeymoon, we had a red eye from Hawaii to San Francisco, and I was just exhausted, and I wound up just going to sleep. And we were in first class, and I didn't really get to enjoy any of the amenities on that particular flight because I fell asleep so quick.
I did enjoy some.
The flight there was awesome because we flew out of Houston, and Houston to Honolulu was like a 9.5
long
hour
ass
flight, and we were in first class. Oh, that was wonderful.
Was that first class with like the laying down?
Oh yeah,
the full recliner.
Yeah, back in
awesome.
What was it? April 2023 when I went to Europe, and we saw Matty Gunner there when we stopped in England there the last day. It was he and I went opening day to go see Fast X. I can't wait for the next one, which is definitely being filmed right now. It has script and everything. I just listen to what Vin Diesel says,
I'll put a pin in
and
this.
I remember for the flight back, not for the flight there, but for the flight back, I believe yes, I think it was just the flight back from Heathrow to Philly. We got the pods, and it was life changing for a 6 hour flight, 6+ hour flight, life changing.
You're like, wow, this is how the other half lives. Like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
I could fly like everywhere all the time if I always had that. Like
the pod, like I don't know if I'll ever fly in a pod again, but
Yeah.
that experience
it's probably not
Like,
in my lifetime.
Yeah, like I want to go to Pauline and I. One big trip we always want to do is like go to Japan. It's like I can't imagine flying to Japan now and not
doing it in the pod.
Not have a
You
pod.
know? You're like,
But
yeah.
like also in this economy, no.
I can afford the pod to Japan.
So we were able to do that because my father was he worked as a contractor basically, and he flew every week. He had just his gazillion airline miles, so that was like
that was like his wedding gift.
His wedding gift to us was he got us the first class.
Yeah.
And
Hashtag
but
blessed.
what I wanted to put the pin in and come back to, we're all together for the first time since this happened. We have to pay our respects.
Pour one out, guys.
We have to pay our respects. Fast and Furious Supercharged has permanently closed.
I will remember you.
You can just picture, was it Big Vin Diesel?
Big Vin Diesel.
Big Vin Diesel. Yeah.
Listen, if that ride would have run the way it did in the last 2 weeks of operations, where the I almost said cast members, that's Disney, where the team members working the pre-shows just said whatever the hell they wanted to, it would still be open.
If you
because it was great. They were having a hell of a time.
If you look it up on any kind of Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and you find videos like the last 2 weeks it's open, the team members doing their spiels, they just don't give a fuck, and it's fantastic.
Yeah,
amazing. R.I.P.
R.I.P.
to the greatest attraction that was like one of our bond, like the first day we met you, Geoff, we went and did that.
We took you on Fast and Furious Supercharged, and it was great. I am excited for the drift coaster. That was
a wonderful trip.
I really
cherish all those memories.
The last night in particular.
Little Giants is so
Little Giants.
The amount of times I just will randomly think about
Little Giants, great movie. I've definitely watched it.
Definitely watched it. It's so loud.
It's so loud.
Follow
that vehicle. Turn off your cell phone.
That's the most
Turn off your cell phone.
Who do you trust more? The current administration running America's government on literally anything, or Vin Diesel talking about the current development
hard to say.
Status of Fast and Furious 11.
I might take Vin on this one.
By the way, did anyone see Vin Diesel? I saw. I listened to it very briefly. Vin Diesel posted. I think it was on his Instagram. I saw it on Twitter and captured from it. He posted a dedication to Dolly Parton. And
no.
Hold on, I need to find it because I think it's really. I think it's really important.
Please do.
I think it's actually super important here.
This terrible week of tragic, beloved icons passing away, I need to know Vin Diesel's thoughts on it. Obviously.
All right. If there's any way, hold on. I know what I'm going to do. Hold on. I need to. How do I get this?
Forever.
I want to see if I'm able to copy it. Is there a way? This is just to his Instagram.
Okay.
I don't know if there's a way for you to pull it up. I don't think you're gonna get.
But he's not logged in. Hold on.
I know.
I'm just saying.
I don't
think that you will get copyright strike for this. Just a heads up.
We don't care about that at this point.
Okay, let's see. So it's on.
We're beyond that.
Instagram. How do we search? Oh, over here.
I like.
Oh boy.
I
can never go on web browser Instagram. This is wild.
I know, isn't it strange?
It's very strange. Oh, here it is. Okay, here he is. Can we pull this up? Oh God. Oh my God. Can't we probably hope we can share this? Can we? I don't know. Will it let us? How do we do this?
Just share a web browser window. You used the computer before, right?
It's, hold on, we're about to.
We're gonna hold up.
It's really important.
We did it. This is very important, guys.
Oh.
I should stay.
No.
I would only
This is the first time I've laughed about her past.
your way.
Oh my God!
So
You could have never prepared me for this, Geoff.
but I know I will think of you
How many
each
likes
step
of
Let me look. 136,000.
Jesus Christ, why? Is he gonna hit the note?
and I will always
We're not gonna have it. This is the highlight of the night.
No. Yeah. He didn't even get a copyright.
love you. I don't bittersweet memories.
Yeah.
That is all I'm taking with me. So goodbye. Please don't try. We both know that I'm not what you need. And
He overlaid his voice.
always love you.
Oh boy. Right now.
Will always love you.
Yesterday, you heard this your thoughts? Oh my God.
Oh my goodness!
Oh my God, PJ, you could have never entered at a better time. Honestly.
I literally entered the StreamYard as you hit play, and I just watched it unfold, unbeknownst to anything of what was going on.
So the thing
So
is,
did we.
When I saw the video on Twitter, I played about 2 seconds. I said I saw it on Twitter earlier today during work. I'm scrolling my phone. I hit it. I listened to 2 seconds. I'm like, all right, pause. I got to put a pin in this because I need to put all my attention towards that. So this is my first time hearing it in full. I heard the first like couple notes of his voice, and I'm
That's
like, I don't know what
amazing.
I'm in for. I'm glad. I'm glad we all got.
That's amazing.
Fucking speechless right now.
Was there a video?
I'm sweating.
Was there a video at all too, or just that picture
No,
of Dolly?
it's just that picture. It's just
that was
that
almost better.
the moment he overlays his voice at the end isn't.
Like truly, he heard the news and he's like, "Get me to the recording studio. I'm pull up, you know."
Oh, he probably recorded it on
like,
his
my
phone.
movie.
Is
Yeah,
there
we're-
anyone better at putting themselves in the middle of literally everyone else's life and situation than Vin Diesel?
Vin Diesel,
Like,
yeah,
is
he's
that?
insert himself into a
I
situation?
mean, honestly, I think my life is better for him doing it now. Like, okay.
I mean, listen, it's been a rough few days here. Okay, we needed that laugh.
Hi, Brandon. No, I 100% agree with you. I'm also just saying Paul Walker's been dead for how long, and yet like every month we get another post to Pablo.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's gonna milk it for everything it's worth.
Oh, yeah,
you know what I
100%.
mean? Like that's Vin Diesel for you.
Hi,
Oh
Geoff.
man, Geoff, I really thank you so
Yeah, Geoff,
much
that was
for.
fantastic.
And I would have never found that. I would have never known
I'm
that
so glad.
existed, and my life would have been worse for not knowing it existed.
So I do have a small Vin Diesel story. Years back, the Tonight Show came and filmed.
There are no small Vin Diesel stories. Only
Well, they
small
all
Vin
are.
Diesel men.
But that actually comes into play. So Vin Diesel, Shaq, and Pitbull were the guests on this particular episode, and they literally did a bit at the beginning of the show where
Hells yeah.
Jimmy was doing. It's before he even brought Vin out as the guest, was doing his monologue, and Vin just comes out and interrupted him. He's like, "You have Pitbull here, and people keep on saying that he and I are the same person." Vin Diesel towers over Pitbull. Like, I'm like, how is this possible that you are that small, Pitbull?
He is actually the size of a helicopter.
So, and you said it was also Shaq, the third person.
And
They
then
had like
Shaq
a whole singular bar commercial of bald men just standing next to each other.
The bald episode for certain. But the funny thing is, I got picked. They had basically team members that got picked as basically as seat fillers, but you had to like submit a video as to why you should be at the Tonight Show. And I literally was like, well, this happened a few years ago when I went to late night. For those who don't know, I got pulled out of the audience to do a skit with Jimmy Fallon when he was on late night. And I literally just said, well, this happened. I think I should get to go back. And I get to email, hey, you're in.
And he did, in fact, get to go.
So the funny thing is Jimmy took over the Tonight Show.
Thank you for clarifying what the line was.
Remove that vehicle. Yep. Jimmy took over the Tonight Show. My buddy and I were going to see Billy Joel at Madison Square Garden, and I managed to get us into.
I'm sweating.
This is early Tonight Show, and Kevin Bacon was there, which was pretty cool. They redid the Footloose skit. If you go on the ride, the Jimmy Fallon ride, it actually is part of the pre-show. But they wound up putting us in the exact same seats I was the first time I was there, which was kind of funny.
Nice.
Good old Kevin Bacon. So you are only a degree away from Kevin Bacon, then technically. You're in the same room.
That game, which was started at my college.
Oh.
That game was created by people at my college.
I just saw a clip of those guys on Howard Stern. Like, I'm sure the clip was from years ago, but
yeah.
But that popped up on the reel.
PJ, who is your?
I'm still on a come down from that.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was just trying to figure out what your Funko Pop was, and then I realized
it's a Funko Pop of me. It was one that Maxwell got me years ago, so it's always
cute.
Yeah,
I love that. A little Corkster.
You know, and a little Tower Terror Stitch because we have to.
Yeah. We stand Tower first this year.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about Lilo and Stitch. I've heard some things about it.
This is an off-air conversation.
An off-air conversation, but Geoff, that was a good callback to something no one else gets right now, and I'm sorry about that. I'm really sorry about that.
We'll explain after we go off the air.
Yeah, we'll explain later. Can't bring it up right now, but I'll explain it later.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Juice also wasn't on the call.
That was we were having a conversation on how certain people need to touch grass, which is a conversation that PJ we were also having in our fantasy football.
Yeah.
Fantasy. By the way, everyone, because we're gonna do a cold close, obviously, or a hard close.
Next week.
The draft is next week. Come join us. It's the draft. We'll be
That's
drafting.
right. That is next week.
I'm going to choose people's names that I recognize and nothing else.
I love that. That's a great strategy.
More exciting. The only thing more exciting than the draft will be that I should be getting back into the StreamYards.
Woo! That is true.
Hopefully.
So
Juice is gonna have access to us again.
Hopefully.
He's gonna be here next week.
If we have time for him. If we have time for him. We may run out of time for AJ. But yeah, so we will be
get back in.
drafting.
The stream will start at 9:45. So we start the draft at 10. So Bethany can do our annual introductions of everybody.
Oh my god, I live for that. I gotta think of something good.
I do not have stuff like I will be
don't have a bit
on time.
Oh,
no,
I
won't be late at all.
Do you have some kind of weird way you plan on drafting people?
I haven't thought of it. That's a good thing.
You got a week for the bit.
I think
yeah.
Juice and I are forming the Moose Sandwich. So, and actually, I think PJ and I, if I'm not mistaken, are back to back. I have to double check. I think PJ
I believe so.
Yeah,
I'm in a
because we had the most useless trade of all time that
Yeah.
we could have ever asked for, ever in the draft.
I should have been slightly higher than I currently am.
Yeah.
Just based on how much higher the other movies above me were, but like that's crazy. Should have been one spot higher, I think.
I know.
That's a whole other discussion. Like the craziness of this summer's box office. Like Geoff had Minions and is picking.
I had Minions.
Yeah, and is picking 5th or 6th.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
What a wild time.
It's so wild. I don't know, man. The box office has been crazy this year, and now like Spider-Man's already about to take Avatar 2 out at the box office, and it's like, where did that come from?
I know.
Like Spider-Man.
Sony
could
correct. Very good job.
We all
Thanks.
know that superhero movies don't make money, and there's no way that Doomsday is possibly. I'm sorry, I'm not going to bring it up.
It's like, don't do this. Don't make me yell about Doomsday again. Don't make me do this.
Don't make me do it. Don't make me do it.
What movie did I have? I don't remember.
You had Masters of the Universe.
You did great.
I wanted
You
to
did
see
it.
that.
So
You
great.
know, if we were
And in
going by
general.
streaming numbers, Juice
It's
would be
yeah,
number
Juice.
one.
yeah, if it was, that's true.
100%.
You'd be up there high.
Like, I think it's the biggest streaming movie of the year now, just because
I gotta
of the
watch
numbers since it hit on it.
I still haven't checked it out. I gotta watch it eventually.
Oh,
I
dude,
have
it's fun.
It is.
I keep putting off all these 2.5-hour movies. Like, you know, I've been so behind with watching a lot of movies this year. So I keep putting, like, I only just got to Disclosure Day, like, the other day.
The one, Geoff, that I think you will really like is The Invite. Like,
I already saw it. I thought that was great.
I was gonna say that seems like a movie that would be right up your alley.
Yeah.
That was great. I like that one a lot. Big fan of that one.
Detectives. It's very important to me. It's a good one.
The Sheep Detectives?
Detectives.
Yes. I did watch Sheep Detectives. I liked it quite a bit. Paulina
Sheep
did cry.
Detective is in my top 5 for certain right now.
It's a good one.
Paulina
PJ,
did tear up at the end.
What's your number for Spider-Man? What watch are you on now?
6. I've kind of stalled out at 6. I haven't gone back yet. I'm gonna go at least one more time, probably.
At least you're saying
Seven
you're
is a
going
good
to see
one.
it at 6 or 7 times? Is that how many times you're going to see it? 6, 7?
God,
how many times are you trying to go?
I only ever hear adults say that now. It's awesome.
I know,
love
because we
it.
killed it.
We killed it.
finally.
I know. It's so great. Yeah.
It was
I
a rough.
say it.
Yeah,
I say it.
Listen.
was
Lots of
rough.
adults
Quite
are
a bit.
killing lots of things.
Yeah.
You know, we could talk about,
I love
whether it's the government killing people or, whatever this killing was or whatever, Vin Diesel, he killed it on that cover that we just
Yeah.
listened to.
And Jeff is killing this
Vin
bit right
Diesel
now.
Played the game.
I know, it's great, right? I
Love
said
it.
3 things, rule of 3s, comedy, still
Yeah.
legal.
So that works. The food, I don't know what's safe to eat anymore. It's fine, guys. It's fine.
So I was,
Yeah.
It's all gonna be fine.
I was going to circle back real quick because I've watched it, I think 3 times since it's been on streaming, Masters of the Universe. And I fully acknowledge that Masters of the Universe is a little clunky at times.
But he's a boy who grew up in the 90s.
But the last 5 minutes just wreck me
Movie
every
is a
fucking
movie
time.
for him.
Like, for me, and I know that's not going to be everybody's experience.
And Mike, you seem like someone who'd tear up at a Jared Leto performance.
Well, it's after he's out of the movie when it happens.
I-
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
Can I just briefly? I'm gonna vaguely talk about something. I just want to vaguely talk about something. I want to get a little ranty. I'd like to get a little ranty. Sorry, I'm getting way off topic of what you were just talking about, and I apologize.
Just changing the subject completely.
Because I was just thinking of the way Mike reacted to Masters of the Universe is kind of how I reacted to Barbie. Barbie, Summer of Barbie, the movie was everything to me. And is it a perfect film? No, but I think it was
Love it.
exactly what we needed that moment. It's a great film. I feel so many women were yes, thank you. This is great. Of course, Hollywood took the wrong message and was more toy movies.
Yeah.
And it's no.
Yeah.
No, Hollywood.
Away
when
from
was it
Matchbox.
overturned?
Yeah.
But anywho, it just made me think of Barbie, and again, it didn't get everything completely right, but it was so well done, and obviously Greta Gerwig and just so many different women, all these different whatever, and just how great, and obviously America Ferrera's monologue is everything and whatever, and then I was basically told tonight by someone that that Ted Lasso is doing the bare minimum by having female writers and talking to female athletes about a show that is pertaining to female athletes. And I was what more do you want them to do exactly? Like, is it the perfect, most wonderful show that's ever been made? No, but like, I wouldn't call that the bare minimum. Like the last three episodes have been written by women. There's been a lot of things in there that have been like very clearly written from the perspective of a woman and very much, you know, from the perspective of a female athlete. And I'm just like, I don't know. And again, I'm literally the only woman on this thing talking to a bunch of men. So I don't know if I should be asking y'all what more you think they could do. But I just thought that was a really wild thing to say.
So I know cis white man. I feel like
to the chat, cis white man.
Yeah.
You go, sis.
Like,
you go, sis. You're welcome.
I do feel like the show is like tackling that directly. Like that is also partially the point of the season.
Yes.
And I think we need to let the story play out. Everyone is so quick to try to jump on a thing and be really upset. And
media literacy is dead, y'all.
Yeah, like this is literally the point of the season. Like the reason Chilton is not the coach is this exact reason. Like that's the whole point of what is going on this season.
Right.
I think we need to let it play out. And I think that by getting female writers and directors and trying to play those perspectives that way, I think it's actually been very eye-opening, at least for me, because there are things I would have never thought of that you see them putting Ted through and Beard through, and like how they can even interact with their players, like in the last episode. What do you do when they start fighting and you don't know if you can even go into the locker room? What do you do in those scenarios? Like, there's all sorts of things that it's very clearly being written to make us think about it, because we would never have those thoughts. So if it is the bare minimum, then I'm glad for the bare minimum, because it's giving me stuff that I would never have thought about from like my own perspective.
My thing is, obviously, I want way more women's voices, women's stories. You know, obviously, people of color. Like, I remember I was talking to a friend the other day because I was talking about how, like, I'm a weird nerd who has always looked at, like, Box Office Mojo since I was a wee child. And I was like, well, one of the reasons, I know, I was like, one of the reasons I always did was because, like, when something like a Black Panther came out, I was like, dear God, I hope this makes money. Because if it makes money, we get more of things like this. Or again, when Barbie makes money, I'm like, we don't, apparently, because Hollywood was like toy movies. Yeah. But because again, Hollywood never learns what the people want, never learns the right lesson. But in theory, it's supposed to help you, right? And I was like, I understand that maybe this isn't the best, perfect, most awesome representation of female sports, but I was saying it's a very, very big, popular show that wrapped up, said it was done, decided to come back because they had another story to tell, and they're taking that time to tell a story about a female sports team. And I was like, if you can name me another big, popular show that's about a female sports team, spoiler alert, you can't, then you can complain about this. But right now, like, I'm not saying like, oh, we need to take the small wins, but you have to take the small wins. Yes, like, if this makes people interested in women's sports, if this makes, you know, more shows about female athletes or females, you know, being in starring roles a thing, then cool. Like, how can you be mad at something that is a well-established show being like, we're coming back and we're going to tell the story of a female sports team? Like, how can you be mad about that? Like, I'm just like, yay, my friends are back and we're telling a story about women. Yay.
That's what I wanted to piggyback on with that. The exact concept of this, when you're coming in from that perspective, like it's 100% valid. You can look at ratings, ticket sales, things like that. Women's sports doesn't have the audience that male sports do. You right now are taking what is among the most revered shows, revered characters, like absolutely beloved entity, and using it as a platform to promote that, to promote the women's league. Like that, how is this being perceived as anything other than positive? Like, I don't understand that.
Like, yeah, if it gets more eyes on something, like, how can you be, like, you know,
because
like,
it's outrage culture. Like, I'm gonna call it. I'm just gonna call it
a hot take about something,
because we were having this conversation in our fantasy chat earlier, because this is all tied into like a bigger problem of almost like a puritanical nature in how people are interacting with people and things and how we look at things. Because the other side of this was there was a conversation going on apparently online that people are really, really upset that like this episode in particular referenced Harry Potter. And like we're at a point now where people even referencing Harry Potter is now making people angry online. And
you're just as guilty. You're like, what?
Yeah. But also like I'm really having a hard time understanding that part of it, because in the point of the episode is that Ted also doesn't know anything about like British culture or anything, and Chilton would be roughly our age, everyone on this call, and she would have grown up with Harry Potter. To her, that is a very specific like reference point for the point she's trying to make, and they then turn it that Beard can use that to explain Ferris Bueller to Ted.
Right, which is brilliant, by the way.
Yeah, which is also very funny that they're able to connect those two things. And like,
I never would have put that together. And again, this is the running joke of the last 4 seasons. Ted doesn't understand British culture. I don't know why we're acting like this is a new thing. I'm like, we've been doing this bit for 4 seasons.
And I'm not like condoning, obviously, the J.K. Rowling of it all. We all know she's a shitbag. Like that is not news to anyone on this call. Like none of us are going to pretend otherwise. I just don't know why we're at a point where even referencing a thing is going to make people angry. And so that's the point of all this, is it's never going to be good enough. And every time you do this, you move a goalpost and you're making it to the point that anything, if it's not like purely the thing that you think a thing should be, you'll never accept it, and now we are mad about it, and you're going to throw it out. And this kills things very quickly.
Yes. Yep. Yeah, I was telling Mike earlier, I was like, I don't know why we can't enjoy things anymore. Like, I don't know why everything has to be, I'm not saying like, don't be critical of art, you know what I mean? Like all art is up for interpretation and is not above critique. But like sometimes people just literally come in and like they want a hot take. They want to be able to be the first person online who's like, but did you think about this? Again, it is not a secret to anyone on this stream that I am not personally a fan of Christopher Nolan's movies. They are not my cup of tea for many reasons. One of them is his weird obsession with refrigerating women. I don't think badly on anyone who loves Christopher Nolan movies. I'm not like, you're clearly a misogynist and you're okay with men only getting character growth from female suffering. No, you like his movies and I don't, and that's fine. You're allowed to enjoy things. Like, not everything needs to be picked apart. Not everything liking something makes you a bad person. Like, you know, like, I don't think that Christopher Nolan is actually like doing harm. You know what I mean? Like, he's a happily married man. Apparently his wife must love him. I don't know. I guess. So like, I don't think he's actually out there doing harm to women in his real life. So like, you're not supporting an artist's work who's like actually a bad person. It's just not my cup of tea. And that's fine. And I'm not going to argue with someone about it. And I'm not going to like try to convince them to my side. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a vent about them sometimes. But like, I'm never going to be like, you can't go see the Odyssey this summer and it's not allowed to be a movie you like. Go fucking like it. I don't care.
Yeah, no, it's very similar to you know, without like trying to like dive into exactly what each of, you know, these companies, these various production companies are connected to, their political leanings, you know, all sorts of things that they may or may not be you know, funding or not funding. But it's like, I see stuff like Boots Riley, who is just like the most wildly you know, political kind of filmmaker with like a million different ideas, and he made I Love Boosters under Neon. And I'm seeing him on Twitter, like people were like attacking him directly of like, because of money that Neon is connected to, that some people connected with them are funding in there, it means that you are working for people, you're taking a paycheck from the people that do this thing too. And he's like, yeah, if you don't take, if you can't work with these companies there, like you don't get to make your movie at all. Like you have to roll with So because it's like, because there's a difference between like, this is, you know, from looking from their perspective, the people that are hypercritical about the most minute detail of something being referenced, that's such a cultural juggernaut, to something like the UK in which a show is being based, like Ted Lasso.
Exactly.
But like Christopher Nolan isn't like actively doing stuff like, Harry Potter and everything, like everything that you're spending money on and doing all this and whatnot, she gets money from that, and she's directly like funding things. So like, if you're paying money to that, like if you're buying like Hogwarts Legacy or whatever, there will be, you know, some small tiny little bit that's going to go into her pocket. And you know, you gotta, beggars can't be choosers. Some of that stuff you figure out you know, how much you're able to continue to support. Because
yes, 100%.
it reminds me very much so of The Good Place.
Yeah.
You ever
God,
watch
that
The Good
show's the
Place all the way
best,
to the
man.
end? All the way
Yeah.
to the end? What
No, I
happened?
didn't
No?
Well, it's a good show, but I
Yeah.
don't know. Yeah.
So by the end, they, you know, to spoil a show that ended several years ago now.
Spoil
Yeah,
away. We're fine with it.
PJ, you can help correct me if I'm wrong. For you know, I only watched the seasons once all the way
Same.
through.
I've only seen
But
it
they
once.
they had it where there was a person who they're all in the bad place, and it's like, well, maybe they can figure out how to rehabilitate to get into the good place in subsequent seasons. And then it turns out there's one person that they found who was I think it was played by Michael McKean, who was a man who dedicated his life to doing everything he possibly could do in the most altruistic way possible. And at the end of the day, he still didn't go to the good place. He was sent to the bad place because of like, oh, well, he didn't want to do stuff with, you know, like crop chemicals and buying tomatoes from that could be linked with, you know, some slave plantation somewhere in South America or something. So he grows them all at home. Well, that's a ding against him in the algorithm they use in terms if you go to the good or the bad place, because by doing that, you're taking from the economy of the other jobs of people that are trying to dedicate their lives to that. And you're not like, they're literally picking every good thing that you do. There's a bad thing that happens because of that, or something that can be contextualized. So yes, that's exactly it.
It's
so it's, that's all I was going to say was like, it's making that same exact sort of thing. And by the end, they're like, you need to like completely, it turns out that like no one in like thousands and thousands of years had like gone to the good place. They just only ever went to the bad place. It turns out that literally they couldn't have it be, no one could ever pass the math, like the actual, like pass the test to get up there, no matter how hard you tried. So I don't know, fuck it. You have a show based in the UK and you have someone around our age who's watching, who probably experienced the arguably maybe biggest cultural juggernaut of like, I don't know, of a generation.
Of the 2000s,
like of our generation is probably the biggest.
So like, oh, hey, who knew that like that could happen? You're gonna get mad at someone because they said the word Harry Potter,
right?
I mean, I said it before, and that's for something, you know, as extreme as someone who is giving like money, but like it extends. Yeah,
times to see a peer.
I don't. If we don't get canceled and struck for playing Vin Diesel, but we get it for saying Harry Potter, then the show's over.
Exactly. Listen, here's the deal. Rear Window, wonderful film. Never going to talk about it again because Hitchcock, weird with women.
Right. I mean, that's the thing is, what thread do you start pulling on? Because how many of the people were just like total shitbags, man? Like, fuck, man. It's one of those things because we all know that there's no good under any of the consumerism shit, right?
Yeah.
Like, capitalism is a disease. You're funding bad shit no matter what. It just becomes, where's your line of where you can do it, and where are you comfortable doing it, and like that's the reality. And
one
and
of
it sucks.
my
like
biggest joys in life is Disney.
Yeah,
can you name me a bigger billionaire corporation? You can't, but like, you know what I mean? Like, it's bringing me joy. Like sometimes you gotta like just be like, well, we're weighing the pros and cons. Like, I guess I'll line the pockets of these billionaires. Here we go.
I don't know, man. It's the difficult conversation, right?
You know, like, And
like,
again, with Harry Potter, I worked at Universal for years. I still have many friends that work at Universal. Harry Potter makes them a crap ton of money. I think that working for Universal is a great company. I think that they treat their employees really well. And there's a great benefits package. And if anyone were ever moving to Orlando or to, you know, California, out to like Burbank area, and they were like, I need a job, I would be like, work for Universal. They're a great company to work for. Does that mean that, are you technically profiting off of Harry Potter? Yeah, you are. And does it, you know, make me sad that that's like some of their best sales is from that? Yeah. But at the same time, I want my friends to make a living. You know what I mean? So it's like, you gotta Like, am I going to personally go and buy butterbeer when I'm there anymore? No, because I know she gets my 25 cents from that or whatever. But like, Harry Potter doing well means that my friends have job security, and like, you know, so it's complicated.
It's 100% complicated, and we cannot keep being like, man, everyone needs to play by like a specific set of rules and shit. It's just not going to work. And so like the stupid fucking outrage over it being a reference is crazy to me. Like we're not even getting into like the people getting mad about the Rupert Grint thing, because that's a little different, and I do understand why people get mad.
That I think is a little different.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm happy Nicholas Hoult dropped out of the show because I was like, Nicholas Hoult, you don't need this, dude. Like, you don't need this. Don't be doing this. And he dropped out.
Right. And there's 100% like things you can point at, but like the Ted Lasso thing is just so crazy and just such a like weird. What the fuck are we doing, you guys? And like, stop creating outrage just for the sake of it.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah,
thank you.
That's it.
I agree with that.
Yes, it's like, honestly, I started doing this with Stranger Things because I kind of realized this in season 2. I love season 1 and I watched it like basically the day it dropped, so there wasn't any talk about it yet, and then obviously it became a huge juggernaut.
Right.
So then season 2 comes on, and anytime you love a thing, you're like, well, I want to connect with other people that love a thing. Like, let me go online and see what people are saying. And I was like, big mistake. And so then any season of Stranger Things that came out since then, I never went online the first week. I was like, I want to make up my own mind because I'm gonna see this, and it starts getting at you. You're like, oh, like, was that stupid? Was that problematic that they did this? Was it this? Was that sloppy? Was that a plot hole? When you watched it and you just enjoyed it, or maybe you didn't. And again, some people I think watch things and are like, that wasn't for me. If it wasn't, I'm not going to go online and again, like I said, try to convince other people that it should not be for them. So like anything that I like, I try my best to kind of, but I am on Threads like every morning, unfortunately. And so a lot of the Ted Lasso discourse has come up, and I'm just like, guys, like, can we just like,
it's just so crazy.
To circle back to where I was first, because I'm going to tie this together actually. I remember what we actually did not get to go see Masters of the Universe for the first 2 nights it was out because we had a couple of events we had to go to those nights. And I just remember there's a lot of negative discourse, people like tearing the movie apart. And William Harold gave the best review of the movie I think that I've seen. He's like, it made me feel like I was 5-year-olds playing with my toys again. And I was like, you know what? That is exactly what this is. You're not going in this to see a masterpiece. This is not going to be an Oscar winner or anything like that. And she can attest to you, like, there's the end of the movie, and minor spoiler, they switch from the score of the movie to the score from the cartoon. And I just got I was like, oh God.
You did get legitimately emotional.
Master of a 5-year-old's universe.
Hell yeah.
And, but William's sentiment towards it meant so much more to me than the person who was dissecting the movie for all of us floors.
Listen, at the end of the day, y'all, art is subjective, but I think we can all agree that Vin Diesel cover is perfection.
Pretty amazing. I want to say
running out of time.
I know. I'm just saying. I like. I don't like.
We ran out of time for AJ, Geoff. We always have time for you.
Oh, perfect. Amazing. I can see that in your name there. I'm like, I look at Letterboxd and it's like, oh, someone watched a movie that like had an actor that someone didn't like in it, and so it's like the log is always whatever their dumb comment is or their review, but then they always have to make sure that they point out the thing that they thought was problematic, the person that might have done something bad at some point in their life in the log or something like that. Right. And it's like, just so that way if they enjoyed this movie, that they also were sitting there shaking their head a little bit the whole time.
Yeah, there always has to be like a moral reason, and it's like you can just not like something because you don't like it.
Right.
There doesn't have to be like a moral reason for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like seven. Pretty great movie, but oh man, Kevin Spacey is in it, so I need to make sure everyone knows that I don't approve of that anymore.
And it's like we all know, no one is sitting here being like, you loved it because Kevin Spacey, but like you feel like you have to bring up the elephant in the room, and it's like, guys, you don't have to actually. Like, we know you can just be like, that was a good movie, and we all know you didn't like that part.
If you don't want to watch it again, that's on you. If somebody wants to watch 7 again, go right ahead. What's stopping you?
But you know what? Everyone should watch again.
I saw Wallace Shawn die. Wallace Shawn is dead.
you're a jabroni.